We're excited to share with you our latest update for Rosa Online. Unfortunately, the update was delayed with a few internal reasons, but we are continuously working to bring these updates. There are a mix of features and bug fixes in this update. Okay, so the group crash bug. We have identified and fixed a group crash bug causing the client to crash for certain groups. This was largely impacting the game arena experience, as once a player is disconnected from a game arena, they are unfortunately unable to rejoin. Allowing people to rejoin an in-progress game arena is something the team is looking to address in the future. Okay, so they're aware that it needs to be fixed, because it's like, you know, it's such a basic thing to have in games to, you know, if somebody DCs, they don't get kicked from the party, right? They're like reconnecting. But like in this one, they just get kicked, and you know, good luck, pretty much. The skill code that was meant to combat the skill stacking exploit, this should resolve this. Skill is casting bug, which causes players to get stuck casting their skills. Okay. Party changes. We have made a few changes to parties, address some issues with the abuse of party mechanism and questing. We added a new level gap limit that limits the maximum level difference between the highest and the lowest party to 19 levels. For example, a level 1 player and a level 18 player will be able to party, but a level 200 player will not be able to party with a level 220 player. So they're just preventing people from partying. There's a few problems with this change. Is that, yes, like lower level partying for credit, right? That's okay, right? That's, you know, that's a decent change, right? But like for Fossil Sanctuary parties, imagine like the gap between players when people just want EXP. You're like you know, you're a 180 player, right? And then you're coming in there, and now you can't. Nobody can, like, maybe 1 or 2 people can invite you to a party, because like, as soon as like the people who reach 180 and start partying over there get to 210 like really quick. You can still buff them, Yopo, because like you can still invite them into a group, just not a party. At least that's what I think. Okay, this is really good. They've acknowledged that like the first hit mechanic is garbage, right? Because mobs don't leash. Yeah, this guy they've made some adjustments to the hitting rules for determining ownership of a drop. Currently, only first hit is used to claim ownership of a drop, i.e. only the person who hit it first can get the drop. Unfortunately, this is quite imbalanced, as someone can simply first hit all the mobs, like the Borgs are doing in Fossil Sanctuary, and sit and wait for someone else to kill it before picking up the item. We have changed this process so both first hitter and the player that does the most damage has a chance of claiming the drop. Okay, so this is at least good, because what this does now is that parties, when they stop by at a certain spot, if they decide to leave before killing everything, at least somebody can come in and, like, you know, kill the mobs. The only thing about this is, even though it says the most damage, if they leave it in like at like a 10% HP or like just less than 50% HP, that still leaves like some loot unlootable. So it's a decent band-aid solution, but it needs better. It needs a better solution. Game arena limits. We've temporarily reduced the limits for game arenas to promote more PvP play until more of the players reach max level. The new limits are Akram Arena 5v5, Crystal Defender 5v5. Okay. And the limit is a temporary measure to curtail some of the abuse of game rates that we have observed. In the future, we plan to implement a more sophisticated system. Please provide us with the feedback on this. If we find it impacts too many players negatively, then we will disable this restriction. I mean, yeah. Like, a lot of people are gonna be Because what do people like? Let's say like people in Southeast Asia, right? Like if they're trying to use a VPN, what are they using? NordVPN or like exit lag? So now every person who uses exit lag, if they want a PvP, they can't use exit lag anymore. Only one person can. Or like however many servers they have, like that's the amount of people that can. Because now they have to play without exit lag and then they have to lag more. Yeah. And for the first hit thing, I feel like they should just let it leash. Like let if the mob like ends up leashing back, just reset the ownership to the mob. Okay. Shop changes. We have added some new options around shops. It is now possible to enable an option to hide all shops in game. Additionally, there's a new option that can be enabled that will fade a shop once it has been visited in game. This is good. This is a good change. But I think like the shop changes people were looking for were you know, with the DCs. People want to keep their shops. Imagining like putting up a full shop and then you DC. Okay, they have the game options there. Okay. Okay. Adds like a logo to it, a green icon that indicates that it's your drop. Okay. It still doesn't solve the issue with like, you know, because like now people would be like, okay, I just have to do more than 50% the damage, and I still did first hit and I still did most damage, unless they separate the first hit and the most damage, wherein only one person per status can have ownership. So if you first hit something, you can't have the most damage category, right? So that's the only solution that I can find. Then what happens if a 10-man party goes against you? Then you just leave, bro. Like you just leave. Like like regardless of like any game, not even just rows, any game, if like you're up against like 10 people, just leave. Don't waste your time. White rumors and the economy. We have been alerted. Okay, this is just like people saying like, oh, after early access there's gonna be a wipe, and they're just making it clear that there is no wipe. Status update on existing bugs. While this patch addresses some critical game bugs, hold on, let me just log in there. We are focusing our entire efforts on these major bugs going forward. Player disconnect issues, inventory bugs, item loss, and character rollbacks. Oh, please. Fossil Sanctuary. Yes, absolutely. Not just Fossil Sanctuary, man. Like, even the dungeons are sucking you in. And I feel like whatever fix they have for the Fossil Sanctuary, it can be applied to the dungeons too. Clan functionality and friends list. So we will be providing a more technical deep dive of these issues for our Ko-Fi supporters in the future, but the root cause of these issues are due to fundamental, perhaps even catastrophic technical issues in the code base that have accrued over the years. And that's what I've always been saying. That's what they're up against. You know what I mean? When like you see these like major like issues, these are not issues that they just made. These are issues that have, you know, over almost like 2 decades worth of like neglected, just like bad code, like spaghetti code that just, you know, that's what they're up against. It's a whole ass like mountain that they have to come up against. Well, over the past year we have remedied many issues with these legacy systems. These issues went under our radar as they require a critical mass of players to trigger them. There is good news though. Thanks to some assistance from an outside expert, we have narrowed down the root cause for these bugs and have a plan in place to address each of them. However, as they are deeply technical, we ask for some patience as the team implements these fixes during the coming patches. Okay, good. So now up to the actual updates. Game Arena added a fix for clients sometimes crashing during a game arena. Okay, what's the fix? But whatever it is, if it's a good fix, it's a good fix, right? We'll find that out in game. Modified the player requirements for several PvP game arenas. Enabled IP limit for game arena. They said that. Gameplay added overkill factor. First killer and player that did the most damage have the chance of getting the drop. Party gap limit. We discussed that earlier. Adjusted EXP bonus for parties. Arumic Valley, all crystal respawn times have been set to 30 seconds. That's really good. That's really good. You know that like repeatable crystal quest that I put up on the guide? That's that. So the blue crystal won't take forever to spawn now. Alright, for UI changes, fixed chat prefixes being removed after sending the message. Oh, thank goodness. This was annoying. Now this one was really annoying. Like you're trying to say something in clan chat and then you know you don't notice and you type something in all chat instead. Allow minimap to be zoomed out a little further. This is really good as well for navigating. Fixed highest performance setting, ignoring user selected camera smoothing value. Oh. That's good. Because this was happening to me. Stop client from closing if connecting to login server fails. Okay, this is good too. Show status effect of a target under their sensor HP bar. This is really good. Now we know when a stun is down or not. So this is really good. Added an indicator for items to be picked up by the player. They showed that earlier. Added back hotkey to temporarily see the names of drop items. Alt, okay. Hide chops, they discussed that. This one as well. Added option to disable WASD, which was legacy mode, I thought. No? So quest in general, fix and rework, looking for a mate, check mate quest on Heveron's side. Collect the Ekin staff to continue your quest. Okay, just a bunch of like quest tracker fixes. Okay, some icons. Katie Jungle, Sikoku Ruins. Same thing, just quest dialogue, wrong indicators. Like sometimes you'll see like people have like a quest indicator on top of their head, but really there's none. There's no quest. Same thing with here. It's quest dialogues, quest indicators. Oblivion Temple. Same thing. Oral quest corrected all NPC indicators, but to be the right color. Yeah. So instead of like being gray, if it's complete, they'll actually be yellow. Added quest dialogue for NPCs that were missing it. Okay. Some other minor corrections to make dialogue less confusing. Okay. Miscellaneous. Added new terms of service dialogue when logging to the game. Updated statue runes to give 100% rectifying chance. Nice. This is really nice. You can make your costumes glow now. Fix bug where a player can get stuck in skill is being cast. We are reverting some changes we made before, so there may be side effects to this change. We have done some testing, but please share with us your experiences. Yeah, party gap. I feel like party gap. The party gap thing was weird, because I feel like if you have like a high level friend, he should be able to help you. For sure. I feel like it was unnecessary. Yeah. Because that does mess up the Fossil Sanctuary experience. No, it's 180, 199. It's 19 levels only. 180, 199. 200, 219. Well, I hope you didn't pick Guitar Raider, so you can solo, your quests easily. All right. Well, that's the